Hey everyone, it's end of January. Many of us maybe made New Year's resolutions, and maybe they're not quite going how we planned. So in this really quick video, one of my kind of mentoring videos, I want to talk about discipline because it's really key. Sometimes we need this check-in, this reminder of really what we're doing. We had these New Year's resolutions, maybe it's not going to plan. Now, I don't do New Year's resolutions. I always go on about having that vision and don't think small. You think big, you ignore the naysayers, you work your butt off. And so I have that vision. Now, to achieve that vision, and in this case, a New Year's resolution is probably a shift on that vision. It's about what you want most. Your vision is where you want to be. So it's what matters most to you, what you want to get to. And to achieve that, it really requires discipline. Now, in my gym that I set up at home when all this COVID started, I have kind of a little discipline reminder corner, and I'm kind of showing that here. And there's a few key things about that, like discipline beats motivation. The most important one, I think, is discipline is about putting what you want most above what you want now. And that's everything. So like, be it I'm studying something or I'm trying to work out to something. I need to study an hour a day. Well, that gets me towards what I want most. Maybe I need to go and walk for an hour. I read a book for an hour, practice a musical instrument for an hour. That gets me towards what I want most. What I want now is maybe to lay on the couch and watch TV. What I want now is to eat a donut. What I want now is to spend an extra hour in bed. And how we get past that is remind ourselves, look, what is it we want most? That's discipline. Putting what I want most above what I want right now. It can be hard. I have to remove from my thinking, should I? It has to become something I do. It's not a decision. This is what we want most. This is what I need to do to achieve that. It's not a should I do it. This is what I do every day. Hey, I'm going to read the book for now. I'm going to study this for now. I'm going to practice this for now. I'm going to work out for now. Whatever that might be, it becomes what you do. What I want most over what I want right now. Now notice it said discipline beats motivation. Motivation, doing something when you're motivated, when there's a motivator, is easy. But motivation isn't always there and it doesn't last. We might have a motivation to do something. But once we do it and we hit that piece of motivation, the next time we need a bigger motivation. It's like the whole dopamine, when we get a reward, we want a bigger one for it to have an effect. Motivation can't last. It can be taken away too easily. If our motivation is someone praising what we do and then they say something negative, we fall apart. It has to be discipline, and it's hard to get. Discipline's going to beat motivation. Now, absolutely, motivation might help me get started. It might get me on the path that helps me start getting into those good habits, that helps me focus on the discipline, that pulling what I want most above what I want in this instance. We don't suddenly magically become disciplined. We do have to train ourselves. But we have to be able to get to that point where we start to always think, what do I want most? We have that New Year's resolution. Ideally, we have that bigger vision of where we want to get to. Always frame anything you're doing. If you start to waver, remind yourself of what that goal is, what that end picture in your mind, what that vision might be. And I think it makes it easier to get back on that horse, to stay on what you're doing. Now, it takes time to become a habit. You're still going to have those mental times where it can be a struggle. But always think back. What do I want most over what I want now? Now, you're going to fail occasionally. I fail, I'll be lazy, I'm in the gym and I'm sort of really just going through the motions. Don't beat yourself up. It's not a you failed. Hey, you had one off day out of 20. It doesn't matter. There's no point ever kind of recriminating against yourself for something. Hey, it happens. It was a rest day or it was a recharge, whatever. Don't let it discourage your progress. One hiccup does not mean you failed. You just get back on and you refocus on what I want most, and you get back on that horse. So that's really all I wanted to say. I've had a lot of people saying, oh, I had made this New Year's resolution and I've really not done very well, and oh, I'm laying on the couch watching TV. Always think, what do I want most above what I want now? And I think when you frame it that way and you can really think about what that end goal would be, what your big vision is, I think it helps to be a little bit more disciplined. Good luck.